Yo, what's up everybody? How you doing? Thanks for your patience. We're back at it. It's a Friday and we're taking a look at your art for the Kinetic Rush 3D Community Challenge. We are only a week in. We're less than a week in. We're actually 6 days in. So still lots of time to dive in and get started. If you've never heard about this challenge before, there's links down below to get you started. We got a brand new landing page for this that we put together. It's really nice. We're really proud of it. You can get all the starter files there. You can read the rules there and everything. But basically what we're doing is we're giving you guys your choice between 6 animations. You got a run animation, you got a dive, a jump, a slide, a vault, a charge. I think that's 6. And you get to pick one of those and put your creative spin on one of those animations. You can actually hand animate your own as long as it fits within the run cycle. And at the end, in September, we're going to be making a really cool set of montages, a top 100 montage to show off all the awesome art, and an all renders montage to show off the entire community's masterpieces. So throughout the month of August, are we in August? We're in August, I think. Throughout the month of August, every Friday, I'm going to be bringing you guys up onto the stream, and we're going to be talking to the artists who are part of this community and answering any questions they have about their art, about their submissions, about their works in progress. It's not meant to, obviously we're still working, right? So these are very early ideas. I'm not here to knock you down or be like, oh, this idea doesn't work. I'm going to be as supportive and positive as possible and answer any questions that you may have throughout the month. So if you would like to have your art shown on stream, if you'd like to join me on stream, like the artists that are going to be here today, then definitely look at our Discord linked down below. And in the Kinetic Rush category, there is an announcements channel. In the announcements channel, keep your eyes peeled for that, because we're going to be making some announcements and asking for artists for every single Friday stream in August. So we're going to get started here with our first artist today. They're from the UK, and they are, what is their name? Retro. So let's switch on over and let's take a look at Retro's art and see how things are going for old Retro. Let me do a little switcheroonie. And Retro, can you hear me? Can we hear you? Let's do a sound check.
Yeah.
I can hear you. Perfect. We're good. What's up, everyone in chat, by the way? John Jagsney, I see you in there. What's going on? Thanks for joining us. If you guys can hear Retro, give me a little thumbs up. Let us know about how levels are and stuff. Yeah, so Retro, obviously you're a Portal fan, huh?
Yeah, I like Portal. It's pretty good.
Portal, dude, I remember when Portal came out, like for the orange box way back in the day, and then Portal 2 is just perfect game. Yeah, this is super cool. Before we get into the art, like, can you tell me a little bit about yourself? Because how long have you been a part of the Discord? How long have you been doing these challenges for?
Well, actually, this is my first time ever entering a challenge, so I've always watched them on YouTube and stuff, and like I've always like, yeah, I want to do that, and like especially the marble. I can't remember the name of the challenge, but it was like
Dynamic
the marble
machines,
that I went through.
yeah.
Dynamic machines, that's it. And like I even like just show like my friends sometimes, just like, yeah, this is the stuff I want to do. When I go into industry or whatever, like when I see my friends in class and stuff like that, I just show them like the different challenges and stuff. I'm like, yeah, I've always wanted to take part in it, but like I never thought I'd have like the skill or like the knowledge to at the time. I was like, yeah, this time I'll go into it. Why not?
Yeah.
Just dive in head first, just see how it goes. I'm still learning like things. Like I've only got like average, not even average, I'd say, just simple knowledge on things and stuff. But it's like a lot of tutorials and stuff, to learn.
Yeah.
So definitely good learning.
Absolutely, man. I think it's a really great way to, and it's really inspiring that this is your first challenge. And like a lot of people say, hey, should I join these challenges? I don't really know that much about 3D. And it's like, no, like this is meant for people who are trying to dabble and trying to get into it. It's a perfect way because like we have this whole community here, and it's very supportive and positive, and like, so it's cool, man. That's inspiring. Congratulations on joining your first challenge, and great work so far, like putting this piece together. So you can see the art on screen, right? You can see this, yeah.
Yeah. This is the first stage. Like the first ever, like after the first day, just making it, retargeting the character and just, throwing some simple blocks and just the path just to get a rough idea of like what it's like and stuff like that. And the next few, you'll see like I've kind of like gone day by day sort of how it's gone. So like you'll see improvements as like we move to the next. Like here you go, yeah. This one's this is like the second day. Like it was just kind of get used to it and stuff like that. Refining things, just trying to get an idea.
Yeah, a little camera shake in there, a little bit more assets in there. Dude, that's crazy. That's a lot of work on one day. Day 1, day 2. That's pretty sweet. What's yeah, let's get through. You have 4 versions here. So this is day 2. We got day 3. Ooh, dude, I love that lighting. That's sick. Yeah. Oh man, this is
The last 2 aren't like much difference. It was kind of like I was looking at like a lot of tutorials and just like random things on YouTube and stuff, like on how to do certain things like the animations and stuff. Like I don't know if it's in this one. You see how Wheatley's. I actually did that today, like how Wheatley's like nodding and stuff. Like I had to learn. Like it's just simple like animation, like keying or whatever it's called. Like when you like just just simple stuff along the timeline and stuff like that they provided us. And yeah, just some things like that. And just getting the lights more down to what I want to get it to, I guess, just to get the feel for the scene.
Yeah, the colors are nice. The lighting is actually getting really nice. Your difference between 2 and 3 here is actually pretty huge. Like the lighting here is just, it's a bit bright. Everything is evenly lit. There's nothing that's really like being spotlighted or focused on. But this one, like you really went to town on the lighting. And you're on week 1, so like you're in a good place, man. Like keep this up. Let's take a look at the 4th one. This one is maybe just some
so this one's
additions.
more
okay.
So like
background screen.
The lighting's more refined, I guess. I added like I added a little bit of fog. I think the fog adds a lot to it because it kind of gives the idea of it being like an underground facility sort of thing, like portals in. And yeah, I did a little bit of animation on the lights and like more building the scene in the back because I know it was just a simple walkway at first. So
I was gonna say that you should. I'm like, dude, you should totally add like a little like light cast from the robot onto the subject, and you did that in this 4th version. That's so cool. I love that.
My original idea, my original idea was to have Wheatley like just following on the rails like near, and that would be like the main source of lighting. But I was also worried kind of that I wouldn't light the scene up that much sort of. I don't know, but it seems to do the job pretty well, I guess.
No, that's great. That's great. And obviously you still have to flesh out the second half.
Yeah.
But like being at this point on your first week, why did you pick this idea? How did you come across this idea? Like you had the 6 animations to choose from. Why Portal? Why the dive? Like,
At first, I was like really wanted to do the slide animation because I thought it looked cool, and I don't really know how to animate, but I will be soon because I'm only a student at the moment, so I'm still learning everything. But we are gonna go through like some animation, probably some character animation, I think. But I just chose the dive like just as like a test and to get the grounds. Like maybe I'll have like Shell jumping over something or something like that. But I just kind of stuck with the dive, I guess. Like all the other animations are cool. But yeah, I kind of just, I don't know, I just kind of stuck with the dive. And for Portal, I was originally going to have Boneworks or Bone Lab be one of my first ideas because I was like, that'd be cool. But it's just like, if I was to go back now, like to choosing my idea, I feel like I definitely could have done that. But it's just because like I wanted to have a solid idea and like what to go as, because it was kind of like overwhelming, I guess, like as my first challenge to kind of go into like a niche. I don't know how to explain it, but yeah, like, I don't know. I kind of love Portal, and I've done some Portal things in the past, like with uni. And so I had an idea of like what I could do for certain things. Like I definitely want to add portals. Like obviously portals in the scene somewhere. And I've done like a portal simulation on Houdini before, but I don't know.
Okay. So you showed this here. This is from the game. This is just a test from the game as reference.
This is what I made in Houdini as part of one of my uni subjects. It was it's Houdini's hard, but I was practicing particle sims on the portals, and the way this is made, it's just like the room copied over. So I thought it'd be cool because I know you can bring Houdini stuff into Unreal. I still yet to learn it. I hope I can still do it if it's not too tricky for me to do. But if I can get these portals in the scene somewhere, which will be on the second half of the the runway. I was planning on having another test chamber there, and some sort of like particle sim for the portals, and maybe some like RBD or something. I don't know, but
I think if you can get the portals in there, justify them in some way, and have them play in the environment, I think that would be the next level for sure. I think look up Niagara, I think, is the particle system in Unreal Engine. If you just look up like some Niagara tutorials, intro to Niagara, that will help you. And then I think you just need to like export. I've never done it. I also never have used Niagara, but I know it's doable. And this looks great. This is a nice, fun little test. And getting those portals in there would be nice. What else?
It's not portal without portals, is it? You gotta have it in there somewhere.
Absolutely. And then we have some images. These are just tests, I guess.
Oh yeah, that was like how, like, trying to explain how it is done. Because like, I know in Houdini you can just like mirror stuff over, just so it's like an exact one-to-one. Oh yeah, and that's what my scene looks like from like behind the scenes. So
Cool.
it looks like it's a fully fledged environment, but I guess it's just kind of like a thing to show people to say you don't have to model everything as long as it's not in the camera, then you can kind of like just work on everything that you do see, and then that'll make it look like, a fully fledged environment, even though this is obviously just a few walls and pipes going nowhere. So,
Yep. No, you're right. That's good advice. Really good advice. And then there's just a fun little render you put together. Okay,
oh yeah,
I got you.
that was what I did.
So, two things. First off, Sotomonte, I see you scooting the art over. Can you take it back to center for me? I just want to show one thing. Get it locked right in center. Yep. So, I want to make sure that... Okay. So, the composition size... Right, we have these bars baked in because our composition is like a widescreen composition. So technically, if I scaled this image up, right, you would see those bars in there. On the stream, you guys will see bars on the left and right, but that's just because the way the stream is set up. So just imagine those left and right bars aren't there, right? We just have these top and bottom bars. So when I go back to your art, you want to definitely watch out for this. A lot of people get stuck in the pit of despair. And for those of you who don't know, I think this is worth... First off, let me ask this. Sotomonte, can we still hear Retro if I switch to my solo screen?
Hello.
Okay, all right, let's try that. Because this is worth it, all right? The Pit of Despair is a place where all challenge participants do not want to land, all right? It's a place where you didn't follow the technical specifications and you are not eligible for the top 100 montage. You do not want to be there, okay? You do not want to be there. I'm talking one frame off. I'm talking this aspect ratio situation that Retro, we're going to fix this. I'm going to show you, Retro, just kind of like what's up here. Just watch out for this. This goes for everybody, so this helps everybody here. Stay out of that pit of despair. So, what you're doing here, if I scale up the art, you'll see what I mean. Right, I want to bring this up to fit frame. There we go. Now, let me copy this and paste it over the scale. X and Y, boom. Right, so now it's full frame. Now it's the full art. Okay, we have the bars on the top and bottom. And like I said, ignore the ones on the left and right because that's just the way we're live streaming. But we want full art here. If you guys could see my other screen, let me do that for you actually really quick. Because I really want this to make sense for everybody. See, like this.
Oh yeah.
Right? It's the full art. Before it was like this. You exported it with the bars. This is a 1920 by 1080 render. I can see it in DaVinci when I scoot over. See, 1920 by 1080. Yeah. It's 1920 by 810. 1920 by 810. That's the resolution we want to export at. These, when you bake in these bars, that's Pit of Despair. That means no top 100. So make sure when it comes to submission time, your art should look like this. It should take up the full frame. No bars baked in.
Okay.
Yeah, so just take another look at the tech specs. you're of course you're okay now. That's why we're doing this. I want to make sure guide you guys on the right path here. Let me get the art back up.
Yeah.
But other than that, like, you're killing it. The art or the lighting's great. The story is getting there. Keep working on that story. Keep filling in the portals. Like, try and make it an escape. Maybe like she's escaping from the facility, perhaps. You know. So get your story going. Get those portals in there and keep it up. Like, have fun with this. It's super cool.
Thank you. I was just hoping that there's not too much stuff going on, because I think I've got an ambitious idea, but I don't want to like kill it too much, you know, with like, because I want to have stuff flowing through the other pipes, like maybe with the propulsion gel, and I'm still yet to do the other area, so I don't want to like go over the top, if that's even a bad thing or not.
Well,
You know
I think well, we're gonna have to move on here in a second, but I'll say this one last thing. It's okay to go over the top a little bit, because then you can always walk it back. I think I would rather, and this kind of goes with everything, I would rather go over the bar and then walk it back down than not get up to the bar. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So have fun, go crazy with it, but just know that you might need to walk it back a little bit later. And the chat will help you with that. People on the Discord server, they'll help you with that in the feedback and stuff. So yeah, be on the Discord. You obviously are. But yeah, we're gonna let you go here, and we're gonna bring up our next person. So thank you for volunteering your time and showing us your work in progress. I know it's a bold move because it's not finished, right? So we ain't trying to judge you on unfinished work. I'm just trying to kind of guide you. Keep it up. You're doing great. All right. So we got Charlie next. Charlie, can you hear me? Can we hear you?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Hey.
What's going on? How are you doing?
Doing pretty good. Thanks, man. I'm very excited, very nervous, not gonna lie.
Oh, that's
This is
fine.
my
It's fine.
first time sharing my artwork in this kind of space, so really
Cool,
excited.
Awesome. Let me download your art. Let me get it in DaVinci, and then we can chat about it.
Okay.
Just give me a second here. I do want to say, I saw one of you guys with the super chat in there, and I want to say thank you to Austin Stevens 3D. Shout outs to you. Thanks for the positivity. I appreciate it. All right, we're downloading some art right now, you guys. Downloading some art. Ooh, this is fun. I like this. All right, almost done. One more, guys, and then we can talk about it. Oh, some nice reference. Okay, I see you. Where are you from, Charlie?
I'm from Colombia, South America.
Amazing. Super cool. How long you been doing 3D?
Like taking it seriously a little bit over a year. I am trying to be a virtual production specialist. That's what I want to go into the industry as.
Okay, cool. I like it. Very fun. Why virtual production? What got you interested in that?
I'm a film student at SCAD, Savannah College of Art and Design, and I just had a teacher that really pointed me into this direction. I had never tried 3D. I thought it was scary, it was terrifying. I thought visual effects wasn't really what I would have fun doing.
Yeah.
But then I took his class to use the extra stage and the virtual production stage that we have on the college, and I just fell in love with creating maps for the volume. I love it. I think it's the most fun part out of filmmaking, and I get to do in-engine cutscenes with Unreal. So it's like I'm my own director, producer, and writer at the same time.
That's so cool. Oh, so you're in Unreal as well. That's fun. I love it. It's the best.
I'm loving the software. I would not be into 3D if it wasn't for it.
Yeah, because it's like it allows you to iterate very quickly and see what you have in your head very quickly. It's very intuitive, very fun. I'm just saving this last image. It's like a web file. I'm just
Sorry about that.
No, you're good. This is when I go into MS Paint. Quickly save out images. Okay, I think we're about at the point where we can talk about some art. Take a look here. Thanks for your patience in chat, guys. Thanks for hanging out. All right. Boom, boom. Switch on. Okay. Same deal. Watch out for the aspect ratio situation. I know that these are test renders, but just watch out for the aspect ratio. Technically, it should be looking like this, right?
Okay.
Yeah. So watch out for that when you do your final export. All right,
Okay,
we got a little coastal. What coast is this? Is this Mediterranean coast? Is this like Atlantic?
That
is
is,
this?
if I'm not wrong, the Atlantic. That is the city next to where I grew up. That's Cartagena, the historic center. So that, like, if you go along the border, that's the look you're gonna be having. Those are the cannons that are gonna be there, and it's kind of like this old destroyed city that the government took over and is now like a commerce center, basically.
Cool. What's your story here? What kind
So-
of do you know? Do you know the story?
I am trying to replicate, and I'm trying to think of, like, I grew up going to this city, and like running along this part of the center is very nostalgic to me. Like the feeling of running along it with the hot sun raining down on you and your friends, like seeing like all the people and like just the sheer amount of activity that would be going on in there, and just like seeing into the, you know, like the city and how the ocean would look. I'm trying to capture that feeling, and that's what I'm trying to go for.
Okay. Yeah, I got you. So ultimately, like, you're gonna have some people here, you have some crowds here and stuff. You're thinking?
I'll try to, yes.
Okay. So it's a nostalgic it's a memory for you, right? But the audience at first glance, they're only gonna see it once when they see it in the montage with everything, right? So you're gonna want to try and communicate that nostalgia in those 5 seconds, which is tough because like it's a memory for you, it's not a memory for anyone else. So how can you communicate that? How can you make people feel like it was a memory for them? You know?
Right.
Do you have any ideas for that?
I was thinking, like, the first thing that would come to my mind is, first of all, I want to populate more of the area, because right now it feels like it's just someone, when I think I could put like other people on the border, like, I don't know, I just make it feel more human. And in terms of the memory aspect, I was thinking that in the color grading, or maybe even learn a little bit of Nuke, which I haven't done yet, to make it feel like if it was playing like an old memory tape. I don't know if that would be good, but those are the two ideas that are floating in my head right now.
Okay, yeah. Let me think here. Cause like I'm wondering if you add like maybe a child to the scene, and you have them like in wonder, in awe of everything, and maybe it's like this character is showing their kid something that they used to do when they were a kid, you know? Now I don't know if a kid can run that fast. But I'm trying to think like if there's some other angle on that.
Maybe like people playing like some instruments sitting on the border, or like playing with a soccer ball, something like that. Maybe that would help.
Yeah, like some like lively, fun atmosphere. Where it's just it's fun for the whole family. It's a good time all around. Because right now, like it almost feels a little bit bleak, right? Because of the it's not very saturated. Like obviously that flag and his shorts are like popping out at you right now because they're super saturated. Everything else is kind of muted down. So you can. There was a guy on the server, there's a guy on the server. His name is CGMD, and he did a render for Eternal Ascent that was this beautiful woman with like or it was like a beautiful scene with a woman in like she was holding like a basket of flowers, and there's just like it was so vibrant, and it was on the coast. It was a coastal render with a town in the background, and there's lots of greenery. And it was just like really saturated and beautiful, and it felt so wonderful. Like you just you're on vacation. Like, wow, I want to be there. So maybe it's in the environment too. Maybe it's like you're saying, adding some of those people there. Maybe some saturation in the sky. Maybe some like vendors, some carts or something to kind of flesh out the history and the character. Like the environment is a character in a sense, right? In that,
Right.
Maybe in that approach. So you've been doing 3D for only a year, huh?
Yeah.
Man, good on you for like getting to this point so quickly. It's hard. It's difficult, especially like with Unreal. Like learning Unreal is the most difficult program I've ever had to learn, and because it's so vast, it's such a big program, and you've got the character retargeted really nicely. I gotta say, like that looks great. It looks really nice.
Thank you.
Yeah, for sure. A couple little things to look out for. It looks like they're floating. I don't think their feet are actually making contact with the ground, so watch out for that.
Okay.
What else? What else? That bird is doing some loops. Yeah. Yeah, maybe the bird is circling a little too hard. Like that bird drifts on that right turn.
Okay.
So maybe
okay.
watch out. Maybe watch out for that. But that's so small, dude. That's so small. Work on your big brushstrokes, your story. Try and get your story. I think your challenge here is to communicate that nostalgia with what we see in the scene, with the characters. Yeah, you could do a filter at the end of the day, but I think it needs to be something in the scene versus a filter. So,
Right.
yeah, that's the challenge, and that's the hardest part. Story is always the hardest one because you can have it look beautiful, the lighting could be sick, and those renders go far. And it's the story that really connects you and hits you hard. So yeah, man. I mean, not to pile too much on, but keep it up. Like this is looking really nice. Do you have any questions? Like, for me?
Yes.
Any thoughts?
Please. First of all, thanks so much. Seriously, I feel like I'm at a point where I see it and I'm okay with it because I need to have some more input. So don't worry about piling it on. This is like everything. I like to get feedback.
Cool.
But my main thing would be I really got stuck with the idea of adding other characters onto the scene, but I don't really know about characters besides metahumans. That's the one that I've been learning over the last couple of weeks.
Yeah.
So do you have any suggestions to how I can create characters? Should I do video plates? Should I make them? I don't know. What would you suggest?
Creating characters, creating custom characters. Shoot. All right. If it was me, I'm not a character guy. I love environments is my jam. But if I had to do character stuff like metahuman, you're on the right track with metahumans. They look great. You can get a nice variety of people. In terms of clothes, metahumans very limited with clothes, like extremely limited with clothes. We have Marvelous Designer as a sponsor for the challenge, so they're giving out Marvelous Designer for free for the month. So you have that resource. It is another program to learn. But in theory, that is a very, it's an avenue to go down for custom clothing. That would be my first instinct. In terms of like the shapes of the characters and the color of their skin and the look of their face, I think metahuman, like I think you're on the right track there because you can get a nice variety of all that stuff there. And especially if it's people in the background and everything, like that's nice, right? In terms of animations, I would say Mixamo is probably like the fastest place. Go to Mixamo. They have all these animations. You can get a bunch of idle animations. You can put the metahuman body on those Mixamo animations and populate your scene with that. That would be my gut. They also have characters. Mixamo also has characters, but here's the thing with Mixamo characters is that they're like, it's so easy to spot them. It's like so default character number one. Like you can spot it a mile away and it can be distracting. So just note that, just keep that in mind, right? Obviously you want to fill out your scene and to be as realistic and as lived in and as part of your world as possible. And so if you have some random character who doesn't feel like they belong and they're from Mixamo, like just watch out for that, okay? But it is a good resource. It is a good resource.
Okay.
But like going even deeper, there's Daz 3D. It's free. I know Visual on our server uses that, and he's really, really good at it. But that's just another deep dive into like a whole program you got to learn. So in terms of keeping it easy, work with what you know. All right, so you're good with MetaHuman, and then pull some animations from Mixamo. And if you want custom clothing, take a look at Marvelous Designer since it's free for the month. They have like a marketplace. You can download stuff there. You can also, by the way, get stuff on the Unreal marketplace. All of those like characters are going to be ready to go for the Unreal 5 skeleton. So you could just download it, boom, drop them on easy. So take a look in there as well for characters.
Okay. I will. I definitely will. I just that I'm trying to challenge myself, like by trying to make everything on the scene like myself. Like for the MetaHuman, I did mesh to MetaHuman, and that I think paid off. I really like the design that I have. But yeah, I'll definitely take a look at all of that. And thank you so much.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll just take a look real quick. This is a reference photo, right? That you have here? Okay.
Yes.
Of the actual place, and so is this. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Nice. Yeah, very fun. I like this lighting. It's fun lighting. One random note for that flag. Like, you just catch a glimpse of it right at the end. And
Right.
I'm wondering, what if it was actually just, like, on the left and right of this building here? So it's coming out, like, to the right, coming out to the left. That way you really see it. Because that,
Okay.
when it's behind, it's kind of like an afterthought. You know what I mean? Like, you just barely miss it, right? And if it's an important story element to you, then maybe having them like coming out on the left and the right here, so it's pretty clear.
Will do.
Yeah, it's just a small little thing. Other than that, keep it up. Thank you, Charlie, for joining us. I'll be keeping my eye out for your art in the feedback and like the chat and everything on the server. And yeah, man, best of luck to you. Keep it up. You're on the right track.
Thank you, man. Seriously, thank you so much, and thanks for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll catch you later.
Bye-bye.
So, one thing for you guys, everyone's wondering, I see you guys in chat. What's up, everybody? You're wondering how to get your art on stream, how to join me on stream. So in the description of this video, I have a little sentence description of like how to do that. Basically what you want to do is join our Discord. It's free. Go there in the Kinetic Rush category. That's the challenge we're all working on together for the month of August. If you look in the announcements section, we're gonna be making an announcement maybe like every Tuesday, every Wednesday. And we're gonna be looking for artists to come up on stream and share their art for 5 or 10 minutes, right? So just respond to that message. Sotomonte is running everything behind the scenes along with iCats, our other moderator. So shout outs to both of them for doing that. And those are going to be the guys who you want to hit up when they make an announcement around Tuesday or Wednesday, calling artists to come on, and we'll have you. We're all set for today. We have our artists for today, but in the future, that's where you want to be. Soto, who is next for us, my friend?
Up next is Snaps.
Snaps. What up, Snaps?
Hey, nice to be here.
Hey, man. Yeah, thanks for joining us. I appreciate you. I know this is like kind of a, scary thing. We're taking a look at your unfinished art and
Yeah.
I get it. Let me download your stuff. And in the meantime, you want to tell us a little bit about yourself and how you got into 3D?
Yeah. So funny thing is, I went to I'm from California, so I went to like college down in like San Jose, and I took like my major was like digital media art, so it was like video editing, Adobe and all that. And there was like one 3D class, I took it, and they're teaching how to make the donut. And
Yeah.
I was
they were playing a tutorial.
yeah, the professor just took the tutorial from online, just kind of taught us.
Yeah.
And honestly, I got kind of bored of that class. I didn't like 3D. And then it was like 2019, I graduated, and then COVID happened. So I was at home, and then I was like, oh, Blender's free. I was using Blender, I was like, "Oh, Blender's free," and then that's how I got into it. And I like the whole idea of like the 3D space. I can do anything I want. So I've been at it for like 4 years. So I've just been having a blast and all that. Yeah.
Amazing. Amazing. And you're still in Blender, yeah? Still going strong with Blender.
Yeah, I use like Substance Painter as well to like texture stuff. I've been using Unreal Engine here and there, but it still intimidates me because there's just a lot of stuff, and but I wanted to understand it more.
Yeah, I get it. It's scary for sure. It's a big program. Oh, Sotomonte, I see you with the everything zip file. Yes, please. More of that, please. That's good stuff. All right, I'm on the last image here, and then we can hop into your art. All right, I think we should be good. Let me just import everything in, and we'll be good to go. Bup, bup, bup. Whoa, I did not need to hit that button. There, okay, we're back. Thanks for your patience. And I think we are in. Let's take a look-see. We got 3 renders. You sent 3 renders.
Yeah, so
And then
the
a
first
bunch of
one is like
reference.
the recent one, and then like the yeah, the one that has like the trees and stuff is the final one, or the
Okay.
one right now.
This is where we're at. This is where we're at, you're saying. Okay.
Yeah, I'm still work in progress and stuff.
Okay, cool. Sweet. All right, so tell me about your idea. Like, what's going on here?
So yeah, just for context, so my idea was I was thinking of like the game Hollow Knight, and there's like this kind of beehive area in the game, and you go there and you fight some bees. So at first I was like, I'm gonna make like a little bee kingdom, and then there's a character who goes in, he steals something, and then he's like running, and so like I was like, okay, that's the idea. And then I was kind of just thinking like, because I change my ideas a lot, which is I get all over the place, and I was like, okay, what if I do a medieval like castle, and I'm thinking like a kingdom, and eventually went to like a kingdom medieval castle. So I'm like, okay, I have this guy, he's gonna steal something, and he's running after, and I was gonna have some characters run, like some guards or characters run after the character.
Okay, cool.
And then I want to have like a magical look, so I got these like tree add-ons in Blender, and luckily they had some particles already falling, so I was like, oh,
Nice.
that's great. And so that's where I am right now.
Okay, cool. Sweet. All right. So I think right now, what I'm seeing based off what you described, like this, so that's your ultimate goal. You'll want to work in that story. Definitely get that story going. Because if they're stealing something, like, yeah, you should have something in their hand. You know, have them looking behind them, and have those people chasing them. You know, and maybe you show in this blank space here, in this giant blank space, where you currently have a big old tree blocking it. And it doesn't have to be in this blank space, but somewhere maybe you show like the stash of honey pots or whatever that they stole. So like it's clear that they stole from the big old honey pot stash. They have one in their hand, and they're looking at some honey guards or something like that. You know, does that make sense? Yeah, so like it doesn't have to be exactly that, right? But just you want to communicate that story. That's the big thing is communicate that story. Especially if you have a story in mind, right? You'll want that to translate. Let's take a look at your references and stuff. So these are like, okay, so that's your scene. That's like a wide of your scene. Do you want to talk to me about like why you chose these references and like what your goals are with these references?
Yeah, so definitely like the ones that have like honey. I was for the trees. I don't know what it's called. Like those beehives, they have like the honey in the tree. I was thinking like maybe I could like kind of texture like model the tree that way, and then I would at least try to make it look like mystical, like such as this scene right now. Like I like the lighting in that scene.
Yes,
So
nice.
I want to like really, I guess I would say make it look warm and inviting to the viewer when they see it. And like when he's like, okay, when you go into the scene, it's like a magical place. So there's like something going on.
Yes, which I get from this reference image. I think that's a really solid direction. It's good that you have this early on. Definitely the lighting. You know, it's not there yet. You hadn't worked on the lighting yet. It's not dialed
Yeah,
in.
yeah.
So yeah, like you'll want to get to this point right here, right? So there's some volumetric fog going on, right? There's kind of like, it looks like there's a color contrast. You have the warm orange, and then you have like blue green some situation. I'm colorblind, but it's slightly different, like a slightly
It's
different.
like a green, yeah.
Everything's very feels very like lush, and there's a glow to everything. It feels magical. You're right. So this is good. Definitely try and get your lighting to feel like this, right? See, everything's kind of like evenly lit or top lit, right? So you have this like giant light up here, which is kind of casting this warm glow over the whole room, and then these are just like hitting all these little spots around. So definitely you can have that in this tree here. You can have this in the tree in the beginning. You know, maybe you have like some like that chandelier back here, right? It's part of like a great hall or something back there. It could be cool. So yeah, I think the big things here are lighting and story. Try and get that lighting and story down. Let's see. What about this one? Like, can you tell me about?
I like the way, it's not the lighting here, but I like the way it was set up and how everything looks. I think like connected, or it's like it looks like it comes all together. So I was like, okay, I want my scene to. I just want everything to look connected in a way. That's how that's where I got this from.
Yeah. No, this is good. So like you're looking at this for like composition.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
The placement of the shapes and the silhouettes, right? Like, yeah, you have this building, you have the tree on the right, they're connected with the leading line with like the lanterns, and you have the table pops out really nicely against this green, bright green. Yeah, okay, so that's great. I think your references are really solid here. What about this one? This is the tree honeycomb
Yeah,
situation?
that was a tree. Right now I have like just a simple cylinder inside the tree trunk, but I want to make it look like this eventually, so it looks more interesting to me, and then I have some bugs or like some creatures flying around it, and so it adds more life to the scene.
I love that. I think that's a really like creepy and unique like approach here. I like this a lot. And especially if you can get like the light shining through the honeycombs and get that subsurface scattering on the honeycombs, like, dude, that's gonna look so nice.
Yeah, I like the golden look.
Yes. What is this thing? This big old
That
thing
one,
right here?
that was just me kind of experimenting. I'm like, okay, how am I gonna make the trunk with the beehive? And I just got like a curve modifier, and I was playing around. But it might change, but it's just there for now because I'm kind of getting out of the block out phase, so I just have simple shapes here and there for now.
Cool. Do you have any other questions on your scene?
Not really sure. It's just like, what do you like? I guess one of the problems is the background, because I got like a wall, I got like a castle scene. But,
Yeah.
like at first I was like, should I just fill it with trees? Should I just fill it with like a wall or like a broken ruin? So that's like, I'm kind of having trouble like where to go from there.
Well, I guess if we're looking at the reference, like, I don't see any issue with the castle situation, right? It's part of your story. He's escaping this fortress of honey, I guess. So having a fortress there with a bunch of like, probably a bunch of trees around it and like ancient, a bunch of vines and stuff, I think it could totally work. Absolutely work. The what is it? The textures are pretty low res textures, so I would just keep out a lookout for that. I know. Do you feel that you have a place where you can go and get textures for free, or do you not know of any place like that?
Yeah, the places I go to for texturing is I guess was it Polyhaven
Polyhaven.
or Texture one?
Yeah. Textures.com or whatever.
Yeah, that's one I go to. Sometimes I go to texture.com, but not as much anymore. Those are like the main ones. And then like for models, I go like Sketchfab and all that.
Cool. Yeah, for sure. That's what I would do. Yeah, you're spot on. But yeah, just get that story, get the honeycomb thing going, and your lighting, story and lighting, story and lighting, story and lighting, and I think
Yeah, yeah.
you'll be good. You'll be good. Yeah.
Yeah, right now I'm like I try to have like structure like modeling first and then lighting or texture and then lighting and rendering. And I just go back and stuff. So
Cool. Yeah. I think we'll call it unless you have any other questions. Keep it up.
I think I'm good. Yeah, I mean it's great to do this challenge because the last challenge I did like I got a top 100, so
You did?
really yeah, I did the mushroom village. Remember that?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, so I guess like I guess I like medieval stuff. So,
Whoa,
like,
dude, that's so sick! Congratulations, that's amazing. Yeah, that was a fun one. The like purple
Yeah.
mushroom guys.
Yeah, thanks. But like now I'm like I want to keep pushing myself. I'm like I want to keep doing better and better. So
Yeah, get it.
thanks for doing this challenge again. Another one.
Absolutely, absolutely. Have fun with it, and thanks for coming on stream with me and showing your works in progress. I appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, I'll catch you later. Peace. All right, who's next? Who's next?
Hello there.
Who's that?
This is Gabe Dobsky, or server name Parzival.
Parsville, Mr. Gabe. What's going on? How you doing?
Good. How about yourself?
I'm chilling. Yeah, doing really
Chilling?
well. Yeah,
Good.
absolutely, absolutely. I see you got a really moody render. I'm excited to play it full screen here. I'm gonna download your stuff, and while I
Alright.
do that, do you want to like introduce yourself to the audience here and maybe
Yeah, of
talk
course.
about where you're from and why you got into 3D?
Yeah. So my name is Gabe Dobsky, and I've been doing 3D since I remember the date, October 25th, 2021. But I didn't get serious into Blender. That's what I use. I didn't get serious into it. Yeah, I didn't get serious into it until about a year and a half ago.
Yeah.
And since that time, and I've been landing a ton of large clients with people such as Star Wars Theories and Balin Levine on YouTube. They both have about 5 million subscribers, and I've been working on a couple short films and video games for people.
Sweet.
And and I'm from Utah, so not too far from you.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I've been to Utah a couple times for filming some vids back in the day with Freddie and Devin Supertramp and everybody.
I met Devin Supertramp one time.
Really?
Yeah, in Utah, the Mormon church is huge.
Yes.
And
Oh, yeah, of course.
I'm a part of it, and just for this one activity, he came and we got to meet him.
Oh, that's cool. That's awesome.
Because he
Yeah,
was a
Devin
part of
is-
the church.
Devin is such a nice dude. Love that
Yeah, he
guy.
was really nice.
All right, I got your stuff about done here.
It's a little bit out of order, so sorry
Oh,
about
we'll
that.
figure out the order now. We'll figure out the order. No worries.
All right.
Challenge-wise, have you done one before?
Yeah, I've been doing every single one since Moving Meditations, but except for Endless Engines because of just schedule. I couldn't fit it in. Like
Well,
how
okay.
I have. Oh, sorry.
Wait, so you said since from Moving Meditations, you've done every
Yeah,
one
so
except
Moving
Endless-
Meditations and moving forward, except for Endless Engines.
Oh, sick. Okay, cool. I got your art up here. I think this. Let me know if this is the final one, like where you're at.
Yeah, that's where I'm currently at. This is my like day 4 progress.
Oh, dude, this is nice. All right, so right off the bat, I love the lighting. Big fan of that. I love the color. Big fan of that. Like it's a pretty simple like setup you have here.
Still missing
Right.
a lot of key elements I'm gonna add.
For sure. Yeah, for sure. What's your plans with it?
Okay, so through that file you downloaded, I have my day 1 and day 2 progress, and my original idea was going to be a boot camp. I really want to do something military themed. It was going to be a boot camp, and that was my day 2. I want to do like a night raid, and I was like, it's too dark, it's not really working out.
Okay, so you're like
but then-
figuring out your idea essentially.
Mhm. But I had hopped into one of the calls, one of the working calls, and I talked to this guy named Neo. And I really like this Discord. It's really great to talk to other artists, get feedback. And he had this idea that he gave me. It was, what if you have one soldier that is running towards the enemy while all of his teammates are running away? Like the guy that is running, he's the courageous one that is ready to run and charge at the enemy.
Okay, cool,
so-
cool.
So my newer one, that's the idea that I'm settling on.
Okay, great. So you have a story. They basically gave you like an inspiration for a story.
Mhm.
You had some stuff going on, but like, yeah, this is. You know what I didn't get? I didn't get that the people were running away in the background.
Yeah, so I need to add explosions and other like helicopters coming in from the right side, chasing them.
Yeah, like some like tracer rounds, some fire, definitely
course.
some explosions. I would bring them a little closer. Like if they're
Closer?
in the background and your character's in the foreground, I would bring them like at where the like the mid ground, essentially, like the halfway point.
Okay.
They'll just be silhouetted more, right? So we'll actually see them running away. And I think that would help with clarity on your story just a little bit.
Alright.
Yeah. And then
I open up a Google Doc to write these down.
yeah, because like I think you just need that little bit of connection there. And then of course, yeah, like have them running from like something, right? So maybe there's a bright, warm glow. Like you remember Skyfall, the end of Skyfall, how it was lit, the end of that movie?
I'm not sure if I've seen Skyfall, or maybe I have. I don't remember a lot of the movies, like the names of the movies I watch. But look, just trying doing a quick search, it was a action thriller. It looks like 007. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, what about?
So there's at the end of the movie, at the end of Skyfall, it's just basically the DP. He's a legendary DP. He had like a bunch of soft light, and he lit up this because like it was a fire in a field. Basically, was the end of the movie, and he like added all these lights to simulate the fire in the field, and it was super foggy. And I'm imagining like if the right side of your frame is like fire, burning fire, but you just see the glow from it on the backs of everybody and like the hill up top. Maybe the hill's on fire or something. Like show the death and destruction on the right, but this dude's running into it, right? Another reference would be The Last of Us, Part 2.
Oh yeah. Oh, I haven't played
Yeah.
part 2 yet.
Oh my god,
But-
it's so good. There's a moment in that game where like
No spoilers.
there's this. No, I mean it's just a setting. It's a burning village, right?
I
And
might have seen concept art for that.
yeah, and it looks like this, but with that fire, with that warm fire glow, because the village is on fire. So like, I think both of those would be nice references for like that impending doom that this character is running towards, just from a lighting gag. You know, I think that could be fun.
All right. This was an older version. I just haven't rendered out my current one. I had a viewport render if what was it, Southern Monte? I don't know. If he had provided it with I had a little bit of camera shake, and I had dead bodies on the ground and
Oh, I
some
do
other
have-
things.
I think I do have that. Yeah.
Yeah, so the camera shake is toned down in the I'm not sure. I think I toned it down a bit. But
Yeah, that's cool. I always love a
There's
good
some-
viewport view.
some dead bodies that I like put on the ground.
Cool. Yeah, that's nice. And then what is this? Flag?
Yeah, it's a flag test I did. Just because I was like, I'm gonna have like little straps of straps of cloth or flags in the background. This was just a test from one of my older artworks I had done. But so I'm just gonna bring that in, and then I'll maybe like
Cool.
rip it up a bit.
Yep.
Um,
Totally. Yeah, I can see it. The cloth, like adding the cloth stuff, like really takes it to the max. And it makes it feel really cool. I don't know if this dude would have like like streamers connected to him, like ribbons. No, he wouldn't.
like, look, I'm here.
Yeah. maybe there's like a little bit more you could do with this jump too, like to justify the leap over this thing. Like I feel like you can kind of beef this up a little bit more.
Okay.
Because it's hard to tell exactly what he's jumping over. It just kind of looks like some X's.
Okay.
So like maybe it's could be a burning pit. I don't
Burning
know.
pit. Okay.
To go in line with like the fire and everything, and like
Yeah.
everyone was just kind of steamrolled
Mhm.
here on this road. Maybe there's some like tanks and like different
So
pieces of like warfare that's kind of like broken down on the side, and he has to dive over some burning thing. But yeah, it's just I'm just trying to be just for clarity, right? Like,
of
because
course.
a dive like that's like that's such a dive, and you want to justify it, right? You really want to justify it, and I think the easiest way to fix it is just try and make the barbed wire a little bit more clear,
Okay.
and not as thin, right? Try and make it more of an obstacle he has to dive over. I guess that would be the note.
Of course. So you had mentioned a burning pit. So I have a ton of VDBs.
Yeah.
Or I can make some Ember Gen, and I'm not sure if you've completely shifted away from Cinema 4D. I know you used to do that. But VDBs, they are very hard to render. And like when I had done Eternal Ascents, one frame at 4K took an hour. It took an hour, so it was a 5-day render, but there was still sampling artifacts. But in this challenge, I really wanted to focus on optimization. So at 4K, it's only a minute per frame. So
Oh wow!
so
you got it
60
figured out.
times improvement. Yeah, so I've been doing a lot of that, but there aren't any VDBs in this. So I was just wondering, if you rendered VDBs in your time with Cinema 4D, do you have any tips on how to render those faster?
Oh god, it seems like you figured it out. I don't know. I don't really render stuff in C4D. I hadn't in a long time. I've mostly been in Unreal Engine, so like.
Yeah, I didn't want to ask about Unreal because it just eats stuff up.
Well, yeah, I mean, like, you could put VDBs in there and move them around like in real time. Like, it's pretty crazy.
Billions of polygons.
Yeah, so I don't know, man. It sounds like you figured out that answer. I have no tips for you on that. You should be giving out the tips. What was your 60x improvement? How'd you do that?
Oh, it was no VDBs was a big one. Just lots of decimating meshes. So that ground he is running on, I created that using Quixel Mixer.
Yeah.
And so I did the very first frame. It's I just instanced it instead of just doing duplicating. Everything is like instanced. That mountain or hill in the background, that's just an image.
Great.
Just lots, and then I would get models from Quixel, and they're obviously super high poly, but I just decimate them, and with no visual downgrade. And then I had to the light pass, I turned down the ones I didn't need, which was a big one that just like cut my render times in half.
Oh, nice. Okay.
It's a lot of that.
Yeah. All right. Also, take a look at chat, man. There's a lot of good references and ideas in chat.
Mm-hmm. I'd put some of my references in there. Not sure if
I didn't download everything. There was a lot.
Oh yeah. So yeah, there was a lot. I was just providing everything, like my starting point, my reference. But yeah, I had even I had a quick color grade test. Not sure if you downloaded that.
I don't think so. No.
Okay, no worries.
Yeah.
I just like downloaded like the volume direct pass, and I just brought it into Photoshop, just a really quick one, up the exposure just to kind of make it pop. I was going for like a colder.
Yeah, no, it looks good.
look.
I like your lighting. I like your lighting a lot, and I think it does a great job of masking the like decimated meshes that you're working with. So I think you're good, man. Just keep if you can get that like Warzone vibes in with the fire and like the people running from something and get them a little closer so we can see that it's people running, then I think you're off to the races here. Also, keep your eyes peeled for like popping characters.
I noticed that. That guy right there.
Yeah, and then there's like one. This guy I think like goes.
I think I'm not sure if they're. Oh no, they might be popping in. I was wondering if they were. That smoke is just videos of Steam downloaded from Ian Hubert.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if they're just popping from those planes, but I think they're actually popping, like spawning in.
Just keep an eye on that. But yeah, good work. I think we're gonna move on to the next artist.
All right, sounds good.
But thank you, Mr. Gabe. I appreciate it.
All right, thank you, Clint.
Yeah, catch you later. Peace.
You too. See ya.
All right, y'all. We got some more artists to chat with. Let's keep it up. Who's next? Hello. Is it just me? Oh, Assassin, is that you?
No, it isn't. I'm sorry.
Uh-oh.
Apologies for the silly username. Sorry.
My worst nightmare. All right,
Yes,
we're gonna
sir.
download your videos here and take a look at what you're doing. And like we've done with the other artists, can you just intro yourself? Where are you from? How'd you get into 3D? How'd you hear about the challenges?
Sure. I'm from India. I'm a computer science engineering student, so this is really a detour for me. I'm mostly a software developer, mostly Python-based stuff. So it's more of a recreational activity for me. So I just got into it because otherwise I would just procrastinate all the time. So I was like, might as well do something.
Yeah, no, that's fun. It's really special to have a hobby that is disconnected from work or your living, and
For sure.
because then you don't have the pressure of, it has to be something, it has to be this. No, it's true, just experimentation and fun, and I think that goes a long way, and I think that's special. I think you should hang on to that, man, because that's cool. That's very cool.
For sure.
Yeah, all right. So how'd you hear about the challenge?
I have been following you for a while now, mostly from the Corridor channel and stuff, so
Sweet.
I have been keeping up. I might not have participated in most of them, but I have only participated in one, so
This one here is
yeah.
your first one?
I always keep track. No, this is my second one. The last one was Endless Engines.
Nice.
I skipped out the last one though.
Endless Engines was
Yeah,
fun.
it was fun.
That's a good one. It's one of my favorites. So hey, we got a little work in progress here. I like it. All right, tell me about it. What's your idea? How'd you come up with this?
So, have you played the game Watch Dogs? By any chance?
I'm familiar with it, but I've not played it.
Yeah, so mostly it's about it's like open world game, but the premise is like hacking. You can hack stuff to make like explosions or lose police from tail. So in this scene, it's the main protagonist, Aiden Pierce. He's running from the cops. I know, very
Yes.
original. So he's running from the cops, and he's pretty much parkouring some cars, stopping. I don't know. So this was because first thing I saw, I saw the website and I saw like, okay, it's gonna be like a parkour challenge. So
Yep.
Watch Dogs was the first thing that came to my mind. It's either Watch Dogs or Assassin's Creed.
Yeah.
So this is what I did. Also, I
Okay,
like
cool.
computers, so like hacking, cool.
Sweet. Yeah. No, I love it. I love it. I love this gag here where like those bollards come up and the car crashes into them. Like
Yeah, that's a thing you can do in the game, actually. I
so
just
he
copied
triggers
from
it.
there. Yeah, he triggers it like at the start before he jumps over the car. He actually triggers it. It's not very obvious now, but the thing is, in the game, you can see a lot of overlays and stuff that actually make it obvious, like you're hacking. So I would have to do them in like After Effects or something. I haven't done much, but I will have to learn that for sure.
Okay, so a suggestion.
There's a lot.
I would have him trigger it after he lands, like right there, boom. have him trigger it after he vaults over the car. Like right now, boom, and then they
It's a
come up.
little longer, right? Okay.
So it's more
Yeah, I
readable.
was thinking that.
Yeah, it's more readable.
This
'Cause
is not
I
obvious
don't know.
right now, so like, yeah, I feel the same because at the start it's really, really not visible. You cannot tell. It's
Yeah,
like,
you're
"Ooh,
thinking
he's
about too
looking
many
at his
things.
phone."
You're thinking about the car coming in. You're taking in the scene. You're like, oh, here's this scene, and then, oh, they're hopping over a car, and then the third action is, boom. Make it obvious. Big motion.
I'll keep that in mind for sure.
Yeah, and then as far as the crash
Yeah.
goes, so we don't know that a car is behind him until the last second. Right.
It is a police car though. That's what I have thought. So there will be lights and stuff. So you
Oh, there
will know,
will
like,
be
okay,
lights.
he is being chased. Yes,
That's
there will
good.
be.
Yes, that's good. I think if you have like the police lights like right on his back, and like there's a spot,
Yeah.
maybe there's a spotlight on him too or something from like a helicopter. I don't know, but
Oh yeah, a helicopter maybe.
yeah, I think having the police lights kind of cue you into there's someone behind him. I think that will make that impact harder and better, right? It'll justify it a little bit more. One thing to look out for too is like,
Okay.
it's like it kind of looks like the police car would have hit that car that he's vaulting over. So it's a very
Yeah,
thin line.
I know what you're talking about. It is a little ambiguous. I will have to think about something like that.
Yeah, like you might be able to get away with it. Like, I don't know if there's a line in the road. No, I don't know. Maybe have the car stop a little further back, so it doesn't. He's not vaulting over where like the windshield wipers are, but he's more vaulting over where like the emblem of the car, like the hood, would be.
Yeah.
And then
That makes sense.
yeah, I mean, this is great. I love it. I think your blocking, like your action blocking, is really good.
Yeah, it's not much to go off of. The thing was, I'm using a lot of like pre-made assets from different websites, and I would have liked to, show a actual render, but a lot of them are like 4K and stuff, so it just crashes every time I try to render. I will
Yeah.
have to like downgrade a lot of textures and stuff. So this is the best I
Yeah.
could do right now.
So a tip with that, by the way, is what I do is I will just use 2K textures, and
Okay.
I will upgrade it to a 4K texture if I can tell it's a 2K texture. That way, it takes a lot
okay.
less time than the opposite. If you're doing 4K everything, then you have to downgrade everything to 2K, and that'll take forever. So
Cool.
when you're downloading those assets, like even try 1K, try 2K, and then if you can really tell that it's low res, then just do that asset, upgrade that asset to the next level, as opposed to having to downgrade literally everything. You know what I'm saying?
Sure, I get exactly what you're saying. That
Yeah.
is a lot of optimization is to be made here.
Yes. But no, I think this is
Another-
sick.
okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
Another thing I was planning on doing, like, there is a like ability in the game where if you activate it, the lights around you, like you can hack the grid, and the lights, the buildings and stuff around you will go out, so it'll all go dark. Like you can see on the blackout behind. So I'm planning on like him initiating a hack, so not just that bollards come up and the car crashes, but also everything goes to black slowly, like the lights start going out. What do you think of that? Can you imagine that? Have you seen anything like that?
I can imagine it. My gut reaction would be just make sure it's not too much, because there's a lot going on in
Okay.
this scene, and a blackout in the middle of it, like, because you're tracking the dodge, you're tracking him like putting up the bollards. I think him activating the bollards is actually an active thing that he is doing to help his situation, to help him run away from the cops. Like, you
Okay.
see it happen in front of you, right? It makes sense, like the character would do that. But why would a blackout help them run away from the cops? You know what I'm saying? Like, how would that help?
That is true. Yeah, might
think-
be overcomplicating, oversaturating it.
Yeah, it might be a lot, like especially if you're having like the cop lights, you know, going crazy, and then you have like it's a lot. A blackout might not be necessary, and you can still get the same feeling without the blackout and track what's happening, get what's happening. That's not to say you can't figure it out, right? So, like unless
Okay.
maybe he triggers a blackout, but the car headlights would still be on. Or would they?
It's like weird. The blackout would, I would have to probably like rethink the whole scene. If I want to suit it to a blackout. Because
I think the way you have it is awesome. I like.
Okay.
I think it's a really unique action. It's a unique stunt, and I like it. I think it's really cool and it works. So, yeah, that's my gut reaction on the blackout. That's my 2 cents on that. You know, maybe someone else will have an idea that makes it work, or we might have something you might have something that makes it work later. But yeah, and then also I'm sure like I have like 10 windows open. I'm sure the chat is like hopping in right now and like giving advice too. So definitely take a look at the chat as well.
Yeah, I'll look back the stream for sure.
Yeah, for sure. But other than that, like I saw you had some things here, like dude, you're like deep in the code. What's going on here?
This is just something
You're just
like
showing
this
off.
is the
What is
first time
this,
I'm
dude?
gonna
This is
actually.
sick.
No, this is actually something I'm like I have so much on my hands right now. It's kind of
Yeah.
stupid. So a few months ago, I was also developing like an add-on for Blender, which would procedurally animate plants and stuff.
Ooh.
And I am thinking of incorporating some plants, some foliage in the scene. And this might be because the thing is, I dropped it for like 3 months because I'm just lazy like that. But now,
sound busy,
because
though. You
I'm
sound
getting
busy.
back, I wouldn't lie, I'm not that busy, but
Okay.
sure.
Okay.
So this seemed like a perfect excuse to finish this add-on and everything. Because I am getting back into Blender. I have dropped out for like 6 months. So incorporating some code and stuff, which is like my other favorite thing to do.
Cool.
Really, giving me some kicks. Like I'm enjoying. So
That's good. Yeah.
It's just something I'm doing.
That's nice.
Totally
It's good to have
unnecessary,
fun.
but maybe.
Yeah, no. I think like definitely work towards your strengths. Like with these challenges, my advice to everyone would be work toward your strengths. Yes, learn new things, but don't have the learning the new thing be like the whole thing, because at the end of the day, it's still a competition too. Like people try and get in the top 100.
Exactly.
That
is true.
But like, yeah. So work toward your strengths, and it seems like you're doing that. So that's cool. And then we have some. These are some
pictures from the game. Like you see here, like how these lines are going across.
Yeah.
It's pretty much I'm thinking of implementing some motion graphics like these in After Effects later. This is simple, so should be able to do. This will just make it more obvious like he's actually hacking and stuff.
Yeah. I can see this with the bollards. I can see him like doing something from his phone, and then like there's a line goes like down the line, and they pop up in a satisfying way. Yeah, for sure. I can see that. That. You might be able to do it as a mix of After Effects and Blender. So like, you could have, you see how this like, you have this like reticle around this woman's face, right? You could just have that as a 3D plane, right?
And then render it separately.
Or like in After Effects, like you make the graphic in After Effects with alpha, and then you just pop it onto the plane, and then it's in your 3D scene. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no tracking and stuff.
Yeah, no tracking.
Straight up.
And then for these lines, you could just, I'm sure there's something in Blender you could just do like an A/B line, and it'll just no matter.
I can
easy.
Totally do that.
Yeah, so it might be easier to just do it in Blender versus having to learn After Effects, a whole new thing that you never used before.
Yeah, I am getting into way too much. Like, I should probably focus on more on what I'm doing, like what actually matters.
Yeah, keep
simplify everything else.
Keep building out the clarity of that action gag. If you can make that really clear, I think that's gonna be a big win. So, yeah, man, good stuff. Do you you have any more questions before we move on?
Not much, but I was thinking like, as long as the animation, like if the animation actually fits in with the other anime, like as long as it's fluent, can I like change the hands and stuff?
Yeah.
Like, cause he needs to grab a phone and everything.
Yeah. No, that's fine.
But the first and final are totally the same. Like,
Yeah.
totally the
no,
same
no.
from the template.
That's fine. Like having them hold stuff is okay. Having his head look another way is okay. Like as long as like, yeah, the first and final frame minus him holding a phone, right? That's totally fine. That's no worries. It's obviously still gonna flow into like the next renders, right? So.
But I was really nervous. I don't want to be in the pit of shame.
No. It's more like you'd have to do something pretty wild to like break this opening posture, and the ending posture. And the Pit of Despair is like the first thing that people get into for Pit of Despair is technical specs, right? So like you're a frame off, your aspect ratio is wrong, you know, that kind of stuff. And then
Okay.
like, you know, you can take some creative liberties with it. The idea is we just want them to all flow. All of these rules are here so that the renders flow together. That's really what it is. So like, you're good. You're good right now.
Gotcha.
This is great.
Okay, Clint. Thank you very much. I mean, I
Yeah.
always hope to interact with you in some way, but today it finally came true.
Yes, man. I'll see you around, Mr. Assassin. I'll see you in the chats.
Same here.
Yeah.
Thank
Catch you
you.
later.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you. Absolutely. All right, y'all. Let's see what time. What time is it? What time is it? Okay. Yeah, we can probably do like two more. Do two more. We have time for two more. Who is next? Who do we got?
Hello,
Oh, who dis? The hobbyist? The hobbyist?
the Hobbyist.
The hobbyist. Yes. Welcome. Where are you from?
I am also from India, like the last participant here.
Yeah, welcome. That's awesome.
And
Yeah, how long have you been doing 3D?
I've been doing 3D for a really long time. Like, I started back in 2015 or 2016,
Okay,
and
nice.
it was not continuous because I was in a boarding school, and yeah, whenever I got home, I just got my dad's laptop and did stuff. So yeah, it
Yeah,
was definitely
okay.
not continuous, and I took it up as a proper hobby since about 2 years.
Nice. Okay, are you working in Blender?
Yeah, my work does involve Blender, but not in an artistic way. Like, I develop add-ons in Blender.
Oh, so are you using, what program are you using for the challenge? Say again?
Oh, for the challenge, as a hobby, I pursue 3D art in Blender,
Mhm.
and as for my job currently, I work in software development.
Okay, nice.
I'm working on an add-on that on Blender, so Python obviously.
Okay, I got you. Sweet. All right, so I got your art pulled up here, or your work in progress. Let's go ahead and take a look and tell me about it. What's your idea here? What are you thinking?
So I've got two ideas.
Yeah.
One is in a modern setting, and one is a medieval setting. The current one is the medieval one, as you can see. And and what I have right now is just a basic block out because I'm still working on my idea.
Of course.
So my idea is basically, you know, those old stop motion animations, right? In the old
Sure.
era,
Yeah.
where the animators used to animate things, used to animate small toys in the studio using a green screen and all that.
Yes.
So I'm trying to recreate that sort of thing. And I used to see these time lapses of those behind the scenes on YouTube.
Yeah.
I have linked a few in my references as well.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm trying to create over there.
Okay, so when you say you're trying to recreate that, do you mean like it starts in a studio and it like are these miniatures? Like are you seeing the green screen in the back
Yeah.
or something or?
Yeah, there's a green. What I'm picturing is there's a green screen on the back. and all the things in the screen are just miniature figures, and there is a pair of big hands, just animating those. Just not animating. It will be more moving, just moving around those miniature figures along the way.
Got it. Okay, so I know exactly what you're talking about. There's been a few renders like this in past challenges. There's like the BoJack Horseman one in Moving Meditations, where it was the hands going crazy, and it was manipulating the main character as they were running through the scene, the medieval scene. And you're saying that you were kind of choosing between medieval or realistic. Is that right? Or modern day, rather.
Yeah.
Is this the modern day one? Or is this just like...
Yeah,
it looks like,
it's the modern day one.
That's cool. That slide under the truck
So
is fun.
All the assets are from Kitbash. So for the modern day one, I was thinking maybe an office worker or a student who is late for class, and he just needs to really get to his point faster. He just runs through a stop sign.
Okay. Yeah, okay. I could see someone in like a suit and like they have like a briefcase and there's papers flying out.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I could see that. I could see that for sure.
But I had my doubts because I think I came across Assassin's feedback thread, and I saw a very similar thing going on. So then I started exploring the medieval option.
I see. Yeah, I mean, like, people are gonna have similar ideas, that's for sure. There's so many artists working on this, and like, you know, there's going to be similar ideas, right? So I wouldn't like, if you're really feeling this one, then go with this one, you know? Wherever your heart is, I would do that. And just because someone else is doing something similar doesn't mean you have to like completely change your idea. Because at the end of the day, I think each person will do it in their unique way at the end of the day. So like, is this version here, is this gonna be like set in a modern Indian city? Or is it an American city or a European city? Like, what is it?
I haven't planned out that, but yeah, of course, maybe a sort of European city and all that. But yeah, right now my heart's more inclined towards the medieval style.
Okay,
Because
good.
I've also started searching other references for the medieval style as well.
Okay.
Maybe
medieval's
here
super
the guy, but it does need a lot of detailing compared to the modern one.
I see. Yeah. Are you using assets or are you modeling all this stuff yourself?
I'm using assets for now. I will see if I need to model anything. Currently, I'm just getting the assets from Kitbash.
Yep. Totally. So
and for the medieval, I have the idea that this main character who is running, he may be something. He might be wearing something a cape or a hoodie, like similar to the characters in Assassin's Creed. And in the middle, I have just placed an empty cart over here. It might be a hand-drawn cart or another guy in my feedback thread. He suggested to get a horse rig and make it a horse cart, so that would look better. So
yeah,
currently I'm looking into those.
Yeah, no, I think you're in the right direction because I liked the slide better. The slide was cooler and more justified in the modern version, right? Here it looks like he doesn't need to slide. He just has to go around it. So yeah, making it more justified. Maybe instead of like a smaller cart like that, maybe it's a bigger one, like one that you can actually get inside of with a roof on it, where like two people can sit looking at each other opposite, and it's moved by two horses and a driver or something bigger, right? It's the truck equivalent of medieval. Something like that justifies him or her having to slide. Story wise, like, how are you gonna do late for work in medieval, or would it be different?
It will be different because in this case, as I said, it's an character from Assassin's Creed. So he might be on his way to his mission spot and something, and he needs to be discreet. So instead of just going over the roof or something, he just slides under.
Okay, got you. All right, so you're thinking Assassin's Creed. Yeah, I saw your reference here, right? So you're kind of going for something like this vibe, yeah.
Yeah. There might be a light crowd in there, but yeah, the more that's less of a story that I want to tell. The bigger story that I want to tell is how animators used to animate these stop motion films in the back in the day, and maybe
Okay,
some
cool.
in the current era.
Yeah, okay. Cool. Yeah, sweet. That's fun. One now whether you do this or not, or this is the way you do it or not, totally up to you. But one thing that I thought was pretty cool about the person who made the BoJack Horseman render for moving meditations in the top 100, you can probably go back and watch it. What they did was they actually, if I'm not mistaken, they filmed their hands against a green screen. And their hands were real. Their hands was actually like footage or images that they moved
Yeah,
and touched.
that is what I was thinking myself as well. Like whether should I include some CGI hands, or should I just photograph my own hands and put them as planes, or something else?
Yeah, so like, I think if you were to do it as your real hands, you would need to match the lighting of your 3D scene, but in real life for your actual hands, right? So it looks like they're actually in the same environment. So that would be the challenge there. It would be matching the real life lighting. The challenge doing it in 3D as 3D hands would be all of the intricate finger work and everything. It would just take a lot of time to get the poses correct.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's a push and pull, right? Give and take. But I think either way you can do it. And I think yeah, you're spot on. Do you have any other questions here before we get to our last artist, or are you feeling good?
Yeah, I have a few questions.
Yeah.
First is, as I mentioned, I want to put some cape and maybe a hoodie on the character. So
Yeah.
I don't know anything about modeling or animating clothes other than just a flag.
Yeah.
So any references for that would be helpful.
Yes. Again, right. I mentioned it earlier. Earlier in the video for
Marvelous
everyone
Designer.
watching. Yeah, exactly. Marvelous Designer is free for the month, right? Since they're a sponsor, and they actually have. If you look on Discord, if you go down to like the resources, Kinetic Rush resources channel, I think is what it's
Yeah.
called. Which
Yeah, it is
Visual
the
put
KR
together.
resources channel.
Yeah, they have a playlist of tutorials that Marvelous put together for like beginners. So that is that would be my first bet on like how to do that. It's helpful that it's free. It's just you need to learn it a little bit and play with the program a little bit. But
Yeah.
that's kind of what you got to do. So, anything else?
Also, I'm taking
Question-wise?
my time. Yeah. Also, I'm taking my time planning out this time because I did participate in the Eternal Ascent, and
Yeah.
because I didn't plan it very well, and it ended up real bad. So yeah, this time I just want to take my time just to plan it out properly.
That's smart. It's good that you're looking at the past one, trying to tweak things that didn't go so well with the last one and improve on this one. So you're doing everything that you need to be doing. Nice. And it seems like you got a nice story and nice direction. So just keep it up.
Just a last question.
Yeah.
Primarily for my characters, I've been using Mixamo, like not just for the animations but also for the character assets.
Yeah.
Any other places that you can suggest to get characters for the crowd and all that? Especially the
Yeah.
horses.
Oh god, the horses. Talk to Game Factory for that on the server. He had to do a bunch of horse business for his one of his renders, Endless Engines. Horses, I don't know. CG Trader, I would CG Trader I like because it's much cheaper.
Yeah, I was looking into CG Trader before the stream.
Yeah. I would look there. And in terms of what was the other thing you said? Oh, characters. I don't know how pricey this would be for you, but big, medium,
Definitely
small.
one of the pricey. Which one?
Big, medium, small.
Big, medium, small. Okay. Yeah,
Yeah,
we'll check it out.
they have like really great characters as part of their like kits, right? So they have like incredibly detailed and curated asset kits, and characters come with those asset kits. And I know they have like a Middle Eastern kit, and the people in there that come with that kit are all, I feel like they might fit the scene if you like kind of tweak it a little bit. It's very tweakable. All this stuff is very adjustable. So take a look at big, medium, small, and then also look at the chat too. I don't know if you guys have any ideas in chat. So yeah, take a look there, and trying to think anything else character wise. Yeah, CG Trader is always good for that stuff. But yeah, that's all I would say. That's probably my best advice for now off the top of my head. But good luck to you. We're gonna move on to our last artist, and keep it up. I look forward to seeing your progress throughout the month.
Sure. Thank you.
Yeah, I'll catch you later. Peace out later. All right. What happened to my camera?
It died.
My camera died?
Yeah.
Hold on. Let me reboot. Crazy. Just dead? Just dead. All right. Here. Okay, I'm back. All right, what's up? Who's our last one? Marco? Mr. Marco. Can we hear you? I see you. But I don't hear you. Uh-oh. Do we
His
switch?
microphone also died. Everything's dying.
Marco's microphone died? Oh no. He's scrambling right now, I bet. He's like if we can maybe wait a minute. Let's take it to chat. Let's see how you guys are doing.
Hello,
Oh.
hello.
Yes, hello.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you, yes.
Oh, my Discord turned to push to talk.
Oh, okay, I got you. No worries. How are you doing, Marco?
I'm fine, and you?
I'm doing well. Yeah, doing very well. I'm happy that the stream went well. I'm happy that we got through a good number, almost everybody. So I'm feeling good. Where are you from, Marco?
I'm from Brazil, and it's my second challenge here.
Oh, sweet.
I'm already participated in an endless ending challenge.
Sweet.
I'm making the black Camaro, who's transformed into the new Camaro.
Oh, okay, yeah. So you were in the top 100.
Yes.
Yeah.
And yeah, and this is my second challenge, and my idea is make a digital character run out from real world.
Yes. Okay.
Today.
So I'm downloading your stuff right now. I am almost done downloading it. So give me just a second. I'll make sure I have everything.
Of course.
All right. Let's take a look here. Hopefully this is all stuff. Is everything just called previs and like final? That's basically everything.
Yes.
Okay.
The final is final 3.
Final 3 is what we're talking about. Okay. We'll start there and let's switch over. Okay. Oh, this is great. Oh, yes. So you're the first person that I've seen animate a different thing between the run cycle. This is perfect.
Thank you.
Wow, this is very fun, man. That's really, really cool. Oh wow. Oh wow. Okay, yeah, this is sick. This is really, really cool.
Thank you.
How'd you get the idea?
So I'm slightly inspired by Tron Legacy and Cyberpunk to create the digital world. And
Yes.
for the real world, it's just a picture for my bathroom. My
Okay, so
bedroom.
this is your place, yeah. Sweet. That's great. What are you gonna do from here? Like, what are your plans from here?
Yep, and so this is main idea. I have to make some retouch to make the animation better. I want to get some tips and some ideas to improve my work. And I still try something new, like the raindrop is a digital numbers, né? Is a binary number,
Yeah.
and my first attempt with After Effects, I want some tips in After Effects to make this transition and make it cooler.
Okay. Yeah. So I think after looking at this a handful of times, I think the digital world, the first part, I think can be defined a little bit more. Because right now it's pretty blurry, right? It's like, let me just pause it. So, yeah, it's actually really, really blurry. I don't know if that's just because the depth of field is so intense, and also the chromatic aberration is so intense. It just kind of feels like a amorphous, kind of blurry world. I'm wondering, is there a way to... I mean, maybe that's what you're going for. I don't know. There's nothing wrong with that. And this is very clear here. This is really nice. This moment is really cool. Your timing is really, really great. I would probably have these trails, like, and these are nitpicks at this point, but like this particle effect, I would have this particle effect match the trail of the jump. So like technically they'd be angled down a little bit more. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, yes.
Right? So like it's the arc. The particles are the arc of the jump, as opposed to like them just going up. And then let's see. I don't know. Maybe there's something in the beginning where it's not as blurry. We can kind of see the character a little bit more. They're doing this big jump. That's freaking sweet. Yeah, I don't know. I guess I don't really have too many notes. This is just looking good. It seems like you got your idea, you executed it well, and you're just refining it. So like, this is really nice. Do you have any questions on this right now?
Yes, I have one question about the pose of characters in start and finish. Is about it's like it's different, and I think well this will make the loop between the animation, the cycle. And I want to know if it's okay, the slight difference between the first frame and end frame animation.
Oh my god, I just realized. Okay, so you said the difference on the first frame. We're gonna get there in a second. But this feels so much better to me. This is the difference between... Look. Let me do this. Let me move this over. And shorten that.
It's the final three.
Yeah, so like, it's the difference between this and this. Like, this, I can see this. This feels crystal clear, and it feels right. This feels like almost too muddy with all of the filters. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like, I don't think you need all those filters. Like, I think this is clear and readable. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, yes.
So maybe just you went a little too hard on those filters. You could probably walk that back. Also, personal. This is just me personally. Chromatic aberration for me is like a pet peeve of mine, because like I feel like it's so overdone and like I don't know. It's just my pet peeve. That's all. Nothing against anything, but maybe where that's coming from. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe the chat would disagree. But yeah, this to me is a lot more clear and visible and easy to understand. And then as far as the pose, you said, oh, that's fun.
This is my second idea, and it's making a cyberpunk world, digital world with like cyberpunk. But when I delete everything and keep just the background log, I prefer keep the background as many screens.
Yeah, I think your background and your colors are here are really cool. The blue screen though is pretty funny, but like, yeah, this works. I think this totally works. Maybe what you can have is like, maybe some light shining out of the crack. I guess it is. Yeah, you do. And then, oh, you know what you're missing? Dude, you know what you're missing? You're missing the character's reflection coming this way.
Oh no, it's because it's not a glass. It's like a reality break.
I guess I see. I just wonder, I wonder if like them coming at themselves and then they break through, right? Because it feels like glass. It looks like, I guess it looks like glass when they break out this way. But again, my ideas may not be the best for your thing. I'm just throwing it out there. What else? You said the pose in the beginning, right?
Yes.
So let's see. You said it's different. Let me grab someone else's and see. Yeah, I guess this one.
Yes. The beginning and the end frame is slightly different.
Let's see. I can't tell by looking at these. What I will, my one note though is like, well, I guess here the ultimate test is this. Hold on. Let's get this in here. So you're saying because they're like offset a little bit, like they're pushed back? That's all the difference I'm seeing is like, but it looks, their hand is in the same place. To me, it's just more the like the retargeting, because you're retargeting a different character. Naturally, you're gonna have like the body's not gonna be exact, like pixel for pixel overlay because you're using a different character. But is that what you mean? Like with it being off a little bit?
Yes. On the first, and if you see the last frame, they have a slightly different pose.
I would double check. Yeah, I would try and get like them to stand up a little bit more and try and get it back to the original run cycle a little bit closer. I think that would, see how their heads are off. The knee is bent too much. The leg is not quite. The left leg is still back. Maybe it's one frame behind. I don't know. Let me try it. Let me scoot this one frame back. Or one frame forward. No, it's still. Yeah, I don't know. It's tricky. I would just try and get that last frame to match the last frame of template a little bit more. That's all.
All right.
Yeah. But other than that, like it looks like it's a pretty doable fix, pretty easy fix. But yeah, I would do that. Your first frame is fine though. Yeah, this is totally fine.
Thank you.
Yeah, what a cool idea. I am so glad that, we went back and forth on should we allow people to break free from the template animation and do their own thing within the run cycle, and I'm glad we did because this is just a great example of that. Yeah, good stuff. Really, really cool.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. What part of Brazil are you from?
I'm from Minas Gerais.
Oh, I've never even heard of that place.
It's close to Rio de Janeiro, São Paulo.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah, I've heard of those places, obviously. But that's fun. Yeah, I want to make it down there one day. I think it'll be fun. But that's awesome. Yeah, thank you for entering the challenge and sharing your art. It's really, really cool, really inspiring, and I think a good one to close it out on. So we'll let you go here, Marco, and have a good one. Good luck with it. Keep having fun.
Thank you. Thank
Yeah.
you for all too.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. All right, man. I'll catch you later. See ya.
See ya.
All right, y'all. We've done it. That's about it. We're doing this every Friday. So if you guys want to share your art with me and we talk about it, get a little bit of feedback, then join the Discord server linked down below and watch out for the Kinetic Rush announcements channel. All right, we're gonna be making announcements. We're gonna be tagging the Kinetic Rush artists. So if you're joining this challenge, get on the Discord, read the Get Started channel, hit the little green checkbox at the bottom, and that'll give you the role and give you access to all of the Kinetic Rush channels. So yeah, definitely do that. Join me on stream. We're doing it every Friday throughout the challenge throughout August. So thank y'all for joining me. I'm gonna take it to chat really quick, maybe take a couple more minutes here before we close it out because I gotta eat. I'm a hungry man. Yeah, am I making a render? So this is what I was telling the first gentleman that joined us for the stream. He asked me the same thing, am I making a render? My answer was basically we'll see, because my job is to keep the challenge running smoothly and make sure everyone has everything they need. So doing these streams and making sure there's no fires that I need to put out or anything like that. So that's my goal throughout this month, is just making sure the challenge rocks. I also have 2 videos coming out this month. One is a PlayStation 1 graphics video on how to recreate the vintage graphical style with modern software. I'm doing that with my buddy Derek Rutkai. He's coming on. Like if you saw the puppet video that Sotomonte came on the channel for, it's in that style. So Derek's gonna walk you through. I'm gonna intro it, and I'm very excited for that. So I'm working on that video with my editor Matt and with Derek. And then what else? We're also doing a video where I recreate the ancient city of Pompeii procedurally in Unreal Engine. So I'm going to walk you through that whole process, how to make a procedural environment, and I'm going to get into photogrammetry, photo scans, because I went on a trip to Italy and photo scanned a bunch of ancient stuff, and I'm going to populate that world with those photo scans. So it's going to be the full walkthrough, the full thing. So I'm excited for that. That's at the end of this month. So I'm kind of working on those 2 videos to come out this month. And when I'm not doing that, yes, I will be thinking about art for this challenge. I love procedurally generated environments. You guys know I love me some environments, right? That's where I think I do best in 3D, is with environments. So I'm probably gonna be experimenting with different procedural environments and different environment styles, different art styles. So yeah, that's what I'll be working on in terms of the challenge stuff. But yeah, you guys are awesome. I'm taking a look at chat here. Let's see what's up. Yeah, thanks to everybody for being in here. You guys are awesome. All right, so Honey Badger asks, My character is a hand and it has fingers instead of legs. How far can we push it with our character? You know, you'll be fine. You'll be fine. You know, it's doing this, right? Like, yeah, try and match it as much as you can to a person, and you're gonna be okay. Yeah. Anything else, y'all? Okay, Flowers Studios Production says, is there a way to get Cargo personal without sharing credit card info? Because you're signing up for a free trial, essentially. There is not, but what you can do is get the free version of Cargo, and I think there's like, instead of having access to every asset, you get access to a limited amount of assets. So I would try that. I don't know if that requires a credit card. I don't think it does. Do I still play the hang drum? Yeah, me, Nico, and Jimmy got together for a little hand pan session. That was a good time. I love me some music. I'll show you one thing before we close out the stream. I'll show you this real quick. All right, this is officially after hours now. The stream is over. I'll show you this little thing that I've been having fun with. So, what the that Indian artist who came on and they were talking about how like their job was one thing, but then 3D was another thing. I feel like running this YouTube channel is my full-time job, but music, this right here is my jam. When I'm not doing 3D stuff, I'm making music. So let me show you this thing really quick. I'm gonna get my speaker. It's a little drum. It's a synthesizer drum machine, and then we'll close it out. All right, BRB. No, we have a BRB screen. Hold on. Okay, I think we're back. So yeah, I don't know. You asked if I play music. Yes, I'm playing music. I'm learning this little drum machine. My wife got it for me for my birthday. It's freaking great. It's like, this thing is super cheap too. It's super portable, battery powered, and it has all these crazy little beats. You can like, let me see if this works. It sounds like a character running on pavement with no shoes. Let me load another one. Let's see. I've been working on this one. It's really quiet for some reason because it's not playing. It's really fun. You can like hit all these little buttons and stuff. Anyway, maybe I'll make a second channel and just do live streams where I make music. Who knows? We'll see. We'll see. But y'all, I am getting very hungry. Yes, I've played Death Stranding, obviously. One of my favorites. Such a good vibe. Gameplay is interesting. But in terms of the environments and the vibes, yeah, good times. Good times. Cardboard box. All right, you got the Volca keys. Nice. I was thinking about getting one of those. This is called the Volca drum. It's made by Korg. It's the Korg Volca drum. And then they have a bunch of these, like all different versions of these, but in like they have like a sampler, they have a keys one, they have a bass one, bunch of different stuff. Super fun, very, very fun. The BRB screen was a Cinema 4D render. It was for corridor. It was for a corridor digital 3D like satisfying render challenge. Scare it. Can you do slow mo? Yeah, I mean, try it. Give it a shot. Give it a shot. Absolutely. Yes, I've heard of The Last of Us. It is one of my favorite games ever. Eat. Thank you, Ahun. I will take your advice. I'm going to head out. Thank you, everybody. Best of luck with the challenge. I'll see you next Friday here on the live stream. Send your art down below. Join the Discord. You guys are probably already on the Discord. But yeah, I look forward to it. Good luck with Kinetic Rush. Y'all are great. Catch you soon. Peace.
Thank you.